Do these finals end tonight?
Yeah, it's over. I told Skip on on Friday the benediction. The only thing left to give in church is the benediction. The pastor's great with giving a great sermon. The choir's done a great job. Miss Margie has done a great job with the readings and the news of the church.
And it's time for Shannon to wake up in the back pew.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, no, you can sleep. Cause my brother was hunching. My grandma gave me. I would read. I was ventriloquist because I could read her lips. I'm gonna cut you when you get home. Okay. I paid attention. Skip, it's over. I'm just trying to figure out. Skip, what's in the water? We might need to go to Serbia. What's in the water over there? Because how the hell they got two of the best that ever do it, in that little tiny ass country. Mm-hmm. 3/4. I mean, we got more people in LA alone than they got in all of Serbia. They got Novak Jokić, who just run his 23rd slam. The oldest man to ever do that.
Spectacular.
And halfway through the Grand Slam, he might pull that off. Yep. And you got Nikola Jokić.
Yep.
I don't know, Skip. It's just, and this is what we know. Go back and look at the last 3 closeout games. You go back to last year. What did Steph do? Sensational. Yep. 34 points, 6 threes. What did Giannis do? 50 points, 14 rebounds. Mm-hmm. Took it over. Yep. What did LeBron do? 28, 14, and 10, triple-double. So I'm expecting something epic.
Yep.
I'm expecting something we might not see again.
Yep.
Skip, it's over. It's over. And I get everybody's talking like, hey, we've done this. If anybody's equipped to win one game on the road in Boston, it's this Miami Heat team. We've had to do it the hard way all year. We like doing things the hard way. I get all that. Jimmy Butler is really gnarly. Hey, gnarly, Gnarls Barkley, all that. You're going home in 5.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, history would scream, Shannon's right. Teams in this predicament down 3-1 with 2 of the last 3 on the road, 2 and 132. Yeah. 2 and 132. So only twice has this happened. It was the Rockets over the Suns in 1995. I watched every dribble of that. It was fascinating.
Yes.
And we definitely watched every dribble of 2016 finals when your Cavaliers, featuring LeBron and Kyrie, had to twice win at Oracle. Yeah. Twice, including Game 7 at Oracle to come from 3-1 down to win it. Okay, so, I wrestled with this. I slept on it. I thought, should I try it again? Shannon, I'm burned out on Jimmy Butler saying we're going to go get one because he keeps saying that and they don't go get one.
He doesn't cry wolf too much. Skip, ain't no wolf coming. If he does, you gonna get 8, Jimmy.
And I'm just crying. I'm crying over all of his crying of wolf. Okay, so my heart says pick the Heat, but my head is just screaming at me, just don't, because it's over. Shannon is correct. When I look back at the totality of this series, the Heat have played uphill the whole way, just the whole way. They've just been down, 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 uphill, 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 uphill. And they won one game because Duncan Robinson went crazy. In Game 2, they went from down 8, the Heat, going into the fourth quarter, to suddenly, wait, they're up 2? And they hung on for dear life because Jamal hit 2 late threes and had another 3 at the buzzer to send it to overtime, and he was a little wide left.
Right.
That's what this series boils down to. So here's my problem. Here's why I told you I'm somewhere between dumbfounded and deflated. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that they go steal another game on the road. Because this team, you got to admit this, they have been better on the road than at home.
They have.
Okay, let's say they go steal Game 5 tonight, and they get it back home. They've lost 4 straight at home.
Right.
Well, why do I want to stay the execution? Why do I want to have to go through this anymore? Yeah. I don't want the torture. I don't want the punishment. I don't want the pain.
Skip,
it's like they're going to lose at home. They play horrible at home.
Skip, it's like you're on death row. Yeah. And they say, whatever you want for your final meal. And they're getting barbecue chicken, they're getting fried chicken, they're getting steak, whatever. But you know the end result. You know what's going to happen regardless. All you're doing is delaying the inevitable.
You want to delay it 5 minutes? Okay.
Take your time. You need 2 hours to eat all that food. But guess what? Skip, I don't believe they're going to get it back to Miami because that would mean the game would be on Friday.
Okay.
And then Friday, Sunday. Skip, it's over. Okay. I just don't see them being able to summons up.
Yeah.
Skip, we lost 2 games at home, and we lost them convincingly. Skip, it wasn't no not like Derek White, the shot that he
wasn't
hit.
like that.
Skip, they
No.
both of them. I think both of them was double figures.
They were, yeah.
I just don't see how they overcome that. I really don't.
109 to 94 and 108 to 95. They're almost like carbon copies of the Atlanta game.
Yes. And again, you didn't get 100. Skip, that's 3 times in 4 games. You haven't reached 100 points.
I got it. Of those 134 teams, 134, who have been in this predicament, only 23% have survived game 5 because it's just hard, man. And it feels like the parade is, they're lining it up, right?
Right.
They're firing up the fire engines as we speak. They're making sure they're gassed up for the parade.
Yeah, the water cannon getting ready to be sprayed.
Okay. And Michael Malone, as high schoolish as some of his speeches seem to me, they work.
They resonate with his team.
Yeah, he's like, we have to play desperate. We have to play like we're the team down 3-1. Well, it's a cliche thing to say, but it seems like the Nuggets are like, yeah, we do.
Right.
Like they're convinced, oh, this team does it the hardest way. You better be careful. You better be careful. And they'll come out and play hard and desperate, harder and more desperate than the Heat.
You mentioned those 2 teams. What did the Houston Rockets have? They had an all-time great in Olajuwon, and they got timely contributions from others. Okay,
you want to talk about 3-point shooting? Whew.
They had it.
They were
Kenny
just draining them from everywhere.
Mario Ellie. Okay, we go back to the 2016. We get LeBron James. Okay, does Jimmy Butler have someone that can go, if he goes and gets you 38, can he have somebody to go get 38 with him like Kyrie got 41 along with LeBron?
Yeah, and remember, it was the Draymond suspension game. So all of a sudden, Golden State's a little teetering. They're like, wait, we lost our guts and glue guy? You actually suspend him for the whole game 5?
Game 5.
Yes. Suspended. Really? No, it'd be game
5.
Yeah, game 5.
Because then they went back home. The Cavaliers went home for game 6 and won. LeBron had another 41-point game.
Yeah, 5, 6, and 7. That's what it was. Okay. Well, obviously, if you do the scenario, if you can actually go steal game 5, well, then most teams say, we get to go home, except for this team. But if you do go home and get one, then all of a sudden, it's just like what the Heat did to Boston. Then you're going back to Boston. Everybody says, oh, the Celtics can't lose at home. And the Heat are like, yeah, watch this.
Right.
Okay. As simple as this is, Doc Rivers gets credit for saying make or miss league. But the truth is, when you boil all this away, these things are 3-point shooting contests.
Yeah.
They're microcosms, or maybe the 3-point shooting contest at the All-Star on All-Star Saturday night is a microcosm of what happens in the playoffs, because it's make or miss. Let's just do the hypothetical. If the Heat come out tonight and Max Strus makes 4 threes in the first quarter, and then Gabe Vincent winds up making 6 threes, and all of a sudden Caleb Martin, we have a sighting, and he makes 4 threes, and Kevin Love continues to make 4 threes, and Jimmy Butler makes 3 threes. Okay. Yeah,
you make somewhere between 17 and 23, then you shoot 40%. Okay, Skip, all bets are off.
Okay, all bets are off. And I do believe you can get I showed you that whole tape. I think you can get shots. You just have to step into them and make them.
Right.
And you have to make them from the first quarter through the fourth quarter.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you believe, let me see, make sure I get this right. You think Jokić going to go 8 or 19 again, or Jamal Murray's going to go 5 or 17?
It's doubtful. Like I said, you had them right where you wanted them in game 4. You had it all.
You got your 2 guys, they only gave you 38 when they normally give you 60. They gave you 22 less than what they normally give you, and you lost by 13.
Okay. You can't turn it over 14 times.
No.
But that was at home.
Right.
I don't think they'll turn it over 14 times. I do love the effort that they out-rebounded Denver 37-34. Well, if they can even break even on the boards tonight, maybe they have a puncher's chance.
Right.
But the punching has to be done at the 3-point line.
Right.
You just have to make
But you got to do it early, though, Skip. Because I think the thing is, you look at it, Michael Porter Jr. gave you 11 points when he's normally giving you 5 a game.
I agree.
You get Aaron Gordon break out what he did. Now he's getting a little bit more confident. Bruce Brown has never lost confidence because he comes in, he's looking to attack the basket. Now the question is, Jokić, he's been marvelous at home. I mean, he's averaging a 30-point triple-double at home.
He is.
Jamal Murray, the basket seems like it's an ocean.
It is.
And he's shooting into the ocean.
Yep.
You're going to have to place. You're going to need Jimmy Butler to be like he was when he scored 56 to 40.
Yep.
And you're going to need other guys, Gabe Vincent, your Max Strus, your Caleb Martin. They're going to need to make about somewhere between 10 and 14 threes between those 3.
That is correct. And here's the X factor. The other night in game 4, Aaron Gordon starts off in the first quarter and misses 2 shots and goes 0 for 2 and was quiet and off radar. All of a sudden, in the second quarter, he makes 6 of 7 shots. He makes both of his 3-point attempts, and he scores 15 points. Shannon, it's just impossibly great. If you do 15 times 4 quarters, he scores 60 points. Obviously, he didn't score 60, but he scored 27. What happened in the third quarter, which the Nuggets have owned throughout the playoff run? Look at Aaron Gordon in the third quarter. He goes 4 of 4 and takes 1 3 and made that 3 to score 9 points and lead them in scoring. Well, Shannon, if you're going to tell me Aaron Gordon's going to lead them in scoring in the second and third quarters with a total of 24 points, that's 24 of his 27 points in the second and third quarters. It's start the parade, fire up the fire engine, right? Okay. And Bruce Brown, it's almost like he's a closer. Like they just put him in the fourth quarter, he just goes crazy. He is, you know, talk about fearless.
But Skip, if you watch him shoot those threes, there ain't no hesitation.
No.
It's not like he's getting it. Should I shoot it, man? Coach Mike, he's getting the ball in like swing it, give it to me. I'm about to shoot. I'm about to shoot this. And he's making it. He put his head down. He's going to the rim with authority. Like, I belong here. I've been in this moment. I'm supposed to be here. Y'all must have forgot who I was. I mean, it was impressive what they did, he and Aaron Gordon. I thought everybody played well. KCP hit a big 3 in transition.
He did.
It really blew it open. But, man, the way those role players played, when their 2 best players didn't have it going, and that's what you need, I don't see a scenario, Skip, in which it goes to a game 6.
Okay. So after, well, this is actually yesterday, Eric Spoelstra said exactly what he has to say, which is, he told the story about even in training camp when they tried to split up and have an inter-squad scrimmage, he said, I couldn't keep players from fighting each other. They're fighting over the calls. They're fighting over the score. He says, we have an incredibly competitive group. Well, until games 3 and 4, I would have co-signed on that. He went on to say, we've done everything the hard way. How many times have you heard that? Well, this is the hardest way. And he says, all we're going to focus on right now is getting this thing back to the 305, which is obviously South Florida's area code. Get this thing back to Miami and things can shift very quickly. Well, yeah, they can, except shift at home. It's almost like if the Heat win tonight, they should say, hey, let's just stay here. Could we just play game 6 here?
You've lost your last 4 home games.
I think they'd have a better chance playing the last 3 in Denver and trying to beat this team 3 times in Denver, right? Okay, so I'm burned out. I'm worn out. I got nothing left for we do it the hardest way because
you brought that on yourself.
You did.
You didn't have to do it the hard way.
You had it the easiest way the other night. Joker had 4 assists. 4 total assists. He was in foul trouble. Jamal shot 5 of 17. You out-rebounded them. And. You had them, and it's 3-1. Even Jimmy Butler was talking about, we've done it the hardest way, but this may be too hard. Yesterday, Jimmy Butler did not have the same bravado that he's had.
You noticed that too, huh?
Yes.
You noticed that too?
He seemed quiet and deflated to me, okay? So, all I know, do you do something desperate? The key is, as silly as this seems, how do you stop Aaron Gordon? Because he keeps winding up with Gabe Vincent guarding him or some little guy trying to guard him in transition, and he just...
Well, they don't really play Kevin Love that many minutes because he's really the only body that can bother him. But at the end of the day, Skip, I mean, who has the size? And the only person that really has the size is Bam.
Really?
Nobody else has size to bang with him.
Okay, but other than Bam, who's got a bang on Joker. Okay, you'll laugh, but it's Haywood Highsmith, who's played pretty well. Every time he gets an opportunity, he plays. In Game 2, he played very well in Game 2. In Game 1, he played very well. Well, he's 6 feet 7 inches tall, and he's athletic, and he's raw-boned, and he'll bang on Aaron Gordon. I don't think Aaron Gordon can bully him at the rim. So do you start him? Do you shake it up and try to shock the world and the Denver Nuggets? You better try something very different tonight.
So who do you put in the starting lineup? Who you take out? You gonna shake up your starting lineup?
I would probably try Haywood Highsmith just to see if it shakes up Denver to start the game.
You got nothing to lose.
You can maybe win the first quarter and then hope the threes start raining, because you're going to have to listen. The magic number to me, you said 17 to 20. They're going to have to make 17 threes tonight, and they are capable.
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
seen it.
Yeah,
I've seen them do it.
Yes.
If you can make 17 threes, you got a shot. And I would say even 17 threes, it's just still going to go to the wire because Joker's going to have a...
He going to play better than what he did
Friday
night.
30, 20, whatever.
And then what is Jamal? You know, Jamal is the likelihood of... Because remember, Skip, game 2, they lost because he didn't play well. And then game 3, what did he do? He bounced back with a 32-point triple-double when he and Yoke both had 30 points. Yeah. Whew. Yeah. Man, I don't see it.
If there's any team in recent NBA history, guys, that I can't count out that just seems to have another life in them, it would be the Miami Heat. But I just wonder if they're too gassed.
Yeah, they're on borrowed time.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Subscribe here to get the very latest from Skip and Shannon. Plus, go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.